Namaste, welcome back to Stitha channel, and we are going to do the fifth quest today. I am so excited because we already finished 4 quests and we are at 33% status in the Cloud Practitioner. We have, since this will be fifth, once we are done today with this quest, we will be left with 7 more quests. As you know, we have total 12 quests in Cloud Practitioner. I hope you are enjoying this series of videos, and as you know, once we finish Cloud Practitioner, we'll jump into the Solutions Architect as well. But I hope you are enjoying this, and as you can see, I have this vehicle that I think we unlocked it in last video or the one before that. I think maybe quest 3. I think we unlocked this particular vehicle. Alright, we are being Superman here. That being said, let's jump right into our today's quest. Let's see what the quest is about and etc. Okay, and as you already know, we can open our quest in 2 different ways. We can directly go to different people and we can get the quest, or we can open up a mobile app and we can pick the networking concepts. I think this is our next quest, if I'm not wrong. Let me cross check it. Okay, list of quests. Yes, it is indeed. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Oops. Okay, no, you should not. Okay, I cannot use my keyboard while I'm doing that. Okay, alright, we are here. I always thought, like, why are we taller than all the NPCs? And then I see, like, I'm hovering on the ground. Alright, okay. Welcome to our banking headquarters. I am so glad you came to help. I am always happy to help. What can I do for you? We recently migrated our services to the cloud, but we have noticed some connectivity issues with our Amazon EC2 instances and databases. Our EC2 instances cannot connect to the internet, and our databases are unable to communicate with our instances. Have you checked your virtual private cloud, or in short VPC settings? In your route tables, you can check that an internet gateway is attached and that the VPC is set to allow outside traffic. Is that complicated? I am a little concerned. We need these changes to happen immediately. We cannot afford to wait too long for network updates. I understand your concern. Security group and route table modifications are applied immediately. Also, setting up an internet gateway for internet access can be done in minutes. That's great. But how did my engineers create a VPC without internet access? Isn't that included? In AWS, by default, VPCs are configured with internet gateways and routing to the internet. When you create a new VPC, you can choose whether all or part of the VPC should be exposed to the internet. This way, you can customize your own network security configuration to meet your requirements. Interesting. I will check with our engineers later. It would be great if you can solve these connectivity issues. Will you help us solve our VPC connectivity issues? Okay, before accepting it, let's check our rewards and objectives. Okay, so it's the usual 50 gems, plus 3 customization options, plus 10 EC2 and VPC knowledge. Objectives: we will learn how to configure a routing table and attach an internet gateway. We will also learn how to configure a security group. Let's accept it. Perfect. Thanks for assisting with our networking issues. Okay, let's start our journey on quest 5. Networking concepts. This solution uses a common network architectural configuration that allows only internet traffic to reach publicly exposed AWS services or AWS resources. The web server and DB server, as you can see here, are deployed within a virtual private cloud, which is logically isolated virtual network. When they say isolated, which means in that particular region you might have you can create a number of VPCs. Each one is isolated from each other. You can connect, you can talk to each other, but by default they are not enabled. The web server is deployed inside a publicly exposed subnet and is assigned a public IP address to make it accessible from the internet. Makes sense? The security group for the web server is configured to allow access through port 80, the default port for HTTP connections. So we are only allowing HTTP requests to this web server. A route table is configured within the VPC, as you can see, VPC within the VPC, that allows internet traffic through an internet gateway to the public subnet only. So you can see the internet gateway, which will be like the gateway into our VPC from the internet. That's why it is called internet gateway. Then internet enters through the internet gateway, then it goes to the route table, that is what we are talking about, and then it goes to the public subnet, because this is a public subnet because we are allowing any traffic on port 80 into this. The database server is protected and is only accessible from the subnet in which the web server resides. Unlike this, it is a private subnet, which means we are not allowing outside traffic to come into this. Instead, what we did was we configured it in such a way that only allow traffic from within web server into this. Okay, and that web server will be from the application that is running on this particular server, not through all the people who is coming here. They don't end up here. Okay, they will access the application in turn accesses the database, not the users cannot talk to this because it is private. Only this particular security group is allowed to access this particular server. The DB server resides in a private subnet which does not have a route table that allows access from the internet. What makes this particular subnet private is just that the route table won't have access to the internet. Okay, we'll talk about that. Here, whatever route table that is created for this, it will have internet gateway as part of it, but this one won't. That makes it a private and that makes it public here. Okay, so those are our ones. Video concept will explain you VPC and other things. As you know, I won't play here, but if you want to watch these videos, I have created a separate playlist on my YouTube channel, which is called AWS Tutorials for Beginners. There you can go and watch all the videos from AWS Cloud Quest. I uploaded till the VPC, till here, till today actually. Tomorrow I will add a couple of more videos on different topics, but all the videos that are going to be on the Cloud Quest are going to end up in my AWS Tutorials for Beginners playlist. So if you want to watch these videos, you can pause it here, go check those videos on the AWS Tutorials for Beginners playlist and come back here. That being said, let's jump into our plan. So we have two, again, practical lab goals and DIY. Practical lab goals, we are going to explore the components that comprise a virtual private cloud, VPC. We are going to check VPC and what are the things that are under VPC. Then we will configure a route table attached to a subnet within a VPC. We are going to configure an internet gateway inside a VPC, configure inbound rules within a security group to control the access. Then DIY, change the security groups in the DB server to only allow traffic over 3306 port into the DB server. Okay, an overview, right? So you will have VPC, and inside a VPC, internet will enter, public internet will enter through internet gateway, then it will go to the route table will route the traffic accordingly. Alright, so that being said, let's click on the practice. Okay, so let's start the lab because this needs a lab. Okay, it's talking about the same thing, whatever we have seen. Let's click next. Okay, it's already spinned. We'll go to it in a minute. It is asking us to go to EC2 and the concepts. Let's read the concepts. Launched its very first Amazon EC2 in 2006. That's amazing. And then click on instances, and they asked us to go to North Virginia to see this instance, and then click on that web server. And what are they saying? then copy the public IP address. Then they are asking us to paste it in a browser, and they are saying like, once we do that, go to next steps. To okay, they are saying after a few minutes site timeout will appear. To solve this issue, we will go back, because right now it is not public. That's what they are saying. Even though you have that web server accessed and pasted, it is not public because we are trying to access it through internet, and this server is not yet configured to be accessed publicly. Okay, so that's what they will do next. So before doing that, let's go ahead and try doing whatever they showed. Then we can continue with the remaining process. Okay, let's click on EC2. I'm already in North Virginia, so I should be able to see the instance. And they told us to select the web server, copy this, or you can just click on open address. Mostly it won't open. I mean, it will fail out, not just because we don't have access to the okay, what is going on? Oh, okay. It did open, but it is not showing anything. It says it didn't reach out, but the problem is this takes HTTPS. We need to go for HTTP. I think maybe it doesn't matter. That's fine. So it timed out according to whatever they told us. Let's go back to our tutorial. But now they are telling us to select it again. Go to networking, then review this. Okay, so public IPv4 address and then private IPv4 address. They are talking about them. Using Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, you can launch AWS resources into a virtual network that you have defined. This virtual network closely resembles a traditional network that you would operate in your own data center, with the benefits of using scalable infrastructure of AWS. As you can see, public IP address is different from private IP address. Then they are telling us to click on the subnet ID. A subnet is a range of IP addresses in your VPC. You can launch AWS resources into a specified subnet. Each subnet must reside entirely within one availability zone and cannot span zones. Okay, in a region you might have different availability zones, and you can have your VPCs created throughout all the availability zones, and a VPC can span between availability zones, but a subnet cannot span between availability zones. A subnet, when you create it, it should belong to only one availability zone. Remember that. Okay, VPC can span multiple availability zones, but subnet cannot. Once we click on the subnet, they are telling us to go to the route table. A route table contains a set of rules called routes that are used to determine where network traffic from your subnet or gateway is directed. Use a public subnet for internet connected resources and a private subnet for resources not connected to internet. Okay, so technically they are saying how you can make a subnet private or public. Okay, so public subnet is something that is connected to the internet. Private subnet is something that is not connected to the internet. So what do you mean by connected to internet and not connected to internet? They will tell about that here. Okay, so if you check here, one route sends local traffic to the local network only. Okay, you can see the first one, right? Destination target is local, so this sends it to local only. Okay, and the other route sends, you can see other route, this sends traffic to internet through a NAT gateway. Okay, you can see that, right? Destination is everything. Okay, it sends all other traffic to the internet through a NAT gateway. Anything that is local, it goes through this one. Anything else that is not local to internet goes through this particular route. Okay, that's what they are telling us to. And then that they are asking us to edit it. The CIDR naming convention 0 represents all IPv4 addresses. That's what it means. Okay, so let's go and do some of this. So they asked us to go here, check our public IP address, private IP address. Okay, you cannot use private IP address to access from the browser. It doesn't work. Then they asked us to check, click on the subnet ID. Okay, you can see that here, and you can even go to networking. Here you will have your subnet ID. Click on it. Okay, select your subnet ID. They told us to go to the route table, and similar to whatever they showed, even we have two routes. One is local, another one is this. They asked us to edit this route table information, right? Now let's go back. Okay, click on the edit routes, which we did, and they are asking us to remove the 001. Okay, so as you can see, destination is this, target is that. Okay, a NAT gateway is a network address translation service. With a NAT gateway, instances in a private subnet can connect to services outside your VPC. External services cannot initiate a connection with those instances. Okay, whenever you have a NAT gateway, you can connect to internet from inside, but from outside you cannot connect to the services inside. Okay, let's remove that. Okay, once we remove it, they are asking us to add another one. The one they are asking us to connect is an IGW, which is Internet Gateway. Instead, NAT gateway is what? You can talk from inside to outside, but not from outside to inside. Whereas Internet Gateway is both inside to outside and outside to inside. It serves two purposes. Provide a target in your VPC route tables for internet routable traffic. Perform network address translation for instances that have been assigned public IP addresses. Okay, anything that has public IP addresses you can access through internet. That's what this is all about. So let's go ahead and do that change. And what are they saying? Concept here. An internet gateway supports both IPv4 and IPv6 traffic. It does not cause availability risks or bandwidth constraints on your network traffic. There's no additional charge for having an internet gateway in your account. Cool. Once that is done, they are asking us to go to security, click on the security groups, and then they are asking us to edit the inbound rules. For each security group, you can add rules that control the traffic based on protocols and port numbers. Separate sets of rules exist for inbound traffic and outbound traffic, which we will do in a minute. Then they are asking us to add a rule. When you create a VPC, it comes with a default security group. You can create additional security groups for each VPC. There is no limit. Once you do that, they are asking us to have HTTP. Okay. They are asking us to select, scroll down to MySQL or Aurora. Review to see that, they are saying there is already exists MySQL or Aurora, but they are asking us to choose HTTP. Then they are asking us to go to next step. Don't worry, I remember all these steps, I will do them. You can create a security group and add rules that reflect the role of the instance that is associated with the security group. For example, an instance that is configured as a web server needs security group rules that allow inbound HTTP and HTTPS access. Likewise, a database instance needs rules that allow access for the type of database, such as access over port 3306 for MySQL. Once you do that, save results. Security groups are stateful. I think we discussed about this in our Cloud Practitioner exam, certification exam question analysis, right? Security groups are stateful, which means if you send a request from an instance, the response traffic for that request is allowed to reach the instance regardless of the inbound security group rules. Got it? If you send a request, which means a request is going from your server to internet, okay, then obviously there will be a response to that request, right? That response will automatically be allowed. It won't check the inbound rules for it. Okay, responses to allowed inbound rule are allowed to leave the instance regardless of that. But we have subnet. At subnet we have network ACLs. This is completely opposite. Network ACLs, no matter what, even if you send a request outside, the response will again be checked against the rules. Okay, if the rules say it's not allowed, then it won't allow it. That's why network ACLs are called stateless, whereas security groups are called stateful. Remember that, these are exam questions. Okay, once you do that, okay, once we add that, save changes, save rules, go back to instances, then check web server, and then they are asking us to go to that IP address that we tried previously. Okay, so those are different steps. And here they are talking about initially, what are they saying here? So to deploy a working internet gateway, the following must be completed. What is this? In a new browser, paste the instant IP address, etc. Review the connection. Connections should be established. Okay, they are talking about that. The internet gateway must be attached to VPC route table associated. Okay, we already did this. Next, congratulations. Now you might be like, you guys might be even placing bets like this guy won't remember what steps they showed. Okay, let me prove that wrong. Okay, all right. So we are in the, where are we? Okay, we are here. Let me browse through different pages. Oops. Okay, so we are in the route tables. What did they ask us to do? They asked us to remove this particular one in the edit route tables, right? Let's click on this. We are here. Route table, edit route table association, and that is the route table. But how do we edit this? See, your bet I think is coming. Success. Let's do one thing. Let's click on the route table here. Click on the route table. Now edit routes. Okay, previously we are in the subnet, that's why. Let's remove this. Then let's add another one, which is destination is 0. And what do we want to do? We want to have internet gateway, which there should be already one created there for us. Click save changes. Okay, we are good here. Now let's go back to security group. Where is it? Security group. Okay, here we go. Okay, but do we remember which security group? I don't remember. Okay, I think it is this one, which clearly says web server security group. Inbound rules. And remember one thing, another question for security groups is you can only create access rules. You cannot create deny rules in a security group. Whereas in a network ACL, you can create allow rules and deny rules. That is another question. Click edit inbound. Okay, let's add, because this is a web server. Web server is either through HTTP or HTTPS. HTTP is through port 80. So by default, when you select HTTP, it is through port 80. And source is where are we? We want anyone to come and access through HTTP. I will also add another rule for HTTPS, and the port for this will be 443. Okay, add this one. Click save rules. Now anybody using HTTP and HTTPS can access our security group. Okay, once this is done, they asked us to go back. I think we can go back here and refresh this. Okay, so as you can see, once we refreshed, it is able to display us this particular image, and image is saying it allowed the connection to this, but it cannot allow the connection to this. That makes sense because we only modified the permissions to the web server, not to the database. Okay, so which means whatever we did, it is success. So let me go back to this. If you looked at this step, it should show this. It should show cannot connect to that. That is what all it needs. So congratulations, you have completed the practice section. If you are doing this parallelly with me, and if you did it, congratulations to you as well. Now let's go to the DIY. Now they are telling us to change the security groups to allow traffic. Since this is a database and since it's MySQL, you usually access it through a port called 3306. Okay, you can read through all this, but I don't want to read through because I already know how to do it. So I am just going to go. And now, say, just like web server, we have to go to DB server. And let's go to networking. And let's click on the subnet. Let's check if it is private or not. In the subnet, select this, select route table. And it has a NAT, it doesn't have a internet gateway, so good. Okay, so we can talk to the internet from the database server, but not the other way, which is good. Now let's go back to our security groups. And let's select the security group for our database server. Inbound. Now we don't have any inbound rules. Let's add one. The inbound rule we are going to add is, I think it is TCP, if I am not wrong. Or let's see, PostgreSQL, no, it is MySQL Aurora. So let's select that. And who should access this? Not 00, not everyone, because this is a private. Who should access this here? only the security group from the web server can access this. So if I click on go to security groups and go to web server security group, okay, so select that. Okay, this is very important. If you give 0, then it will fail. Okay, so you need to give access to only the web server security group, which means who can access the database server? Only the application in the web server can access it. You do that by assigning the security group of the web server. Save. Okay, which is done. Now we cannot test it, or if I go back to actually this page, this should be able to get connected. Success. See, as soon as we did that, now it can connect to the database, and all I have to do is database security group name. Okay, I need to get the security group name. And this is the database security group ID. Okay, copy this security group name, go back to this, paste it here, they will validate it. Okay, good news. So here they are telling us to actually give this one, but I don't want to do that because that is, you can do with IP address as well, but I prefer to give the security group itself of that one. Okay, so update the security group rules and then review the Java application for a visual confirmation, which we did. The web server using security group, web server security group needs to connect to the DB server using security group, DB server group over here, which is what we did. Okay, you did it. You properly configured your security. Now return to the city and give your customer the details. Yay! Let's go back. Thanks for solving our networking issues. This is such an elegant solution. The bank is funding the construction of the new city hall building. Help us choose the new design. Okay, I'll go with this one. Collect it. And you're welcome. Yes, we got our new building. So we can pick whatever building. Hey, fireworks. Alright, now we are at 42% and we reached to level 15 and we reached to builder level 5 and neighborhood level also increased to 3. I don't know what we are going to get neighborhood level whatnot. Alright, again, remember to give feedback because that is one way to tell them whether you are enjoying what they did or not. Similarly, give me feedback by subscribing to this channel, liking and commenting. Okay, that is one way to tell me if you are liking the videos and if you want me to, upload these videos every other day or every day. That is how you can do that. The feedback you can give is through subscribing, liking, commenting. If you already did that, thank you very much. And let's get to our next section, which is attacking the drones. Okay, do we have any here? Wow, I am in an area where I don't see any. That is an orange drone. I don't want to do that yet. Let's attack some. Come on. Come on, I know you are hiding there. Where is it? It's too far. Let's see if we can make it. Okay, let's do this. Same drill until we get repeated questions. We will do this. What is true about default VPCs? Okay, again, as you know, the questions will be based on whatever quest we finished. True about VPCs. Default VPC can be modified. A default VPC is created in each AWS region in an account. Sure. All instances deployed to a default VPC are public. I'm not sure about that. All instances deployed to a default VPC are private. Yes, it is private and can be modified. Oh, no. What did I do wrong? Okay, I won't get that. I will get that question again. We'll see that. NAT gateways allow instances in a private subnet to connect to the internet, which is true. Okay, I got a code commit card, which is good. Is that orange one? Yeah, it is an orange one. Okay, let's go and get another blue one. They are too far away from me. Okay, let's go get one here. How about this guy? Okay, I think we have one here. I will hit the eye. Oh, no. Oops, missed it. What is an example of it? Is a cedar block. I got an ABS. Nice. Should I hit it in the eye? I think it is too far. No, I think I can make it. What can be used to restrict access to specific Amazon EC2 instances? Okay, EC2 instances, again, security group. Security group is also called the firewall of the EC2 instance. And restrict access to specific EC2 instances. VPC route tables or private subnets. I'll go with this. It is either one of them. Yes, ALB. Okay, I need another one fast. Come on. Okay, I will kill you from behind. A company wants to allow users from the internet to visit their website. Which traffic types should they add to their inbound security groups? It's easy peasy, HTTP, HTTPS. Okay, I got an EBS. Nice. Okay, where are you? Where are you, drones? Okay, there is one here. No, I missed the eye. Which type of deployment model is used in cloud computing? Select 3: on-premise, hybrid, cloud. Why are they asking us questions from yesterday? Okay, don't go anywhere. Hold on. Which format are S3 bucket policies? Oh, they are asking bucket policies now. These are repeated questions from previous exercises, but that's fine. I'm waiting for bullseye. Waiting for that VPC question we did wrong. The default view for the console displays all resources in all regions. False. It only displays resources in that particular region. Okay, come on, nothing, none. Okay, oh, we have plenty here. Oops, I missed one. Which examples of a cloud computing model are valid? There is no cloud as a service. How can an Amazon S3 bucket owner grant public access to a bucket when configuring it? Okay. Enabling website hosting on S3 bucket enables no. The S3 bucket owner can create, yes, that's what. You create a bucket policy, that's how you give public access while hosting a website. I will do this one last question. If they are not going to give me that VPC one, that's fine. Is recommended for uploading files larger than false. You do it using CLI. Okay, we are done. Let's do one orange and let's get done with this. I want to hit on the eye. Come on. Yes, come to me. Let's hope this will be something that we already have. Oh no, we don't have the NAT gateway. NAT gateway. I mean, at least if they tell us to go and get it, that would be fine, but they don't. All right, let me try one more orange. Do we have any orange one here? We don't. Okay, we have one here. Let's see if this is something that is going to ask. Okay, fingers crossed. Give me yes. Okay, help the marketing department learn about AWS concepts. Determine the best service to host a static website in the cloud, and then determine a possible compute service to host the department's website application, web application. Okay, website we already know that we are going to use S3. For web application, we will be using a compute resource which is an EC2. All right, so we successfully finished both our activities today, and I hope you had fun, because VPC is a very important concept. VPC network, ACL, and subnets, security groups, these are important concepts, very important concepts. No matter whether you want to be a cloud practitioner, solutions architect, security, DevOps, or developer, VPC and these concepts are very important. So go watch those videos. I will provide the link to the playlist at the end of this video. So just wait until the video ends, and you can click the videos there, and you can watch all the videos that are actually present in AWS Cloud Quest. I'm going to post them in that playlist. Okay, let me know. Do subscribe, like, comment, and thank you very much for spending your time on these videos. I really appreciate it. Have a nice day, and see you in the next one.